Hey guys, how's it going? Vampy here, and today I'm going to be doing a review on a game called Rebirth of Island. It is a game currently available on Steam, and it is an early access game, so it has things that are not necessarily finished about it, and I will get into those as we continue the review. So Rebirth of Island is a hardcore survival game taking place in the wild unknown world ruled with its own laws and customs. Your name is Gaius, an astronaut. You are sent on a space expedition in order to find a greater, more refined location to occupy. Unfortunately, your ship was downed, and you must eject to a nearby unknown planet inhabited by threatening beings. Your primary goal is to survive and find your true calling here. So, this game has very mixed reviews on Steam. Some of them are good, some of them are very negative. And I can understand where the negative comments come from, because as I've read through them, I noticed that most of them were like, oh, the sounds are terrible, the rain graphics are terrible, it's a good concept but poor execution. Now I'm going to give my personal thoughts on the game. So to start off, I think the soundtrack of this game was actually really pretty and very calming. It had a great soundtrack. I loved it. It was very, it put me in a calming mood. It was something that I didn't necessarily have to, sometimes if you get into a game, if the music is not good, it just makes the game, worse. So having a good soundtrack is absolutely key, and this game actually executed that very well. So I like the graphics as far as, the style of the game, but the rain graphics actually, burned my eyes. I think it's very hard to do rain graphics in a game, and they did not execute it well at all, in my personal opinion. And I can't blame them. It's rain. How do you pixelate rain? Seems like I can't do it. So, I hate the Minecraft rain too, so that's how I kind of felt with the rain graphics in this game. But other than that, the graphics are really smooth, and I really like the graphics. They look pixelated, and so the tutorial at the beginning of the game was kind of complex and not very detailed as to what you were supposed to do. I felt very confused, and I would kind of have to figure something out just by pressing a button. I would have to press buttons, and then I went, oh, I did something. And then I was like, oh, okay, this is how I do that. So, I didn't really like that it was so complex and not detailed enough, because I just kind of kept trying, and I wish that it was easier to follow, basically. Because I don't want to play a game that I can't follow. And I think that this game has really good potential to do really well if you understand what you're doing and can follow it and, understand how to play. So that's a big thing with tutorials too, is that's the whole point of a tutorial, is to find out how to play. And although it did describe the controls and stuff like that, I still felt a little lost when I was thrown into the game. And yeah, so that was my only real complaint with the things with the tutorial, but hopefully it's fixed in the future. Now, another thing about the game that I didn't particularly like was the pace. I understand that it's a hardcore survival, but I felt that it was paced very rapidly. So you could go one moment you are starving, the next moment you are freezing to death, and the amount of time that the bonfire was lit was very short, and so I would have to automatically go and make another bonfire. If there is a way to keep the bonfire lit, I didn't understand. That's another thing. I like to understand the games that I'm playing, and when I don't understand and when I have to click around to figure it out, it's kind of tedious. But then again, once you learn it, you can basically survive. So, and there was actually a comment about that. It was seems like a fine survival sandbox game once you start figuring it out. And I think that that's a good response to it, because I would like to have a little bit more detail on how to actually play. That way I'm not like sitting there like, why am I dying? Which is basically what I did at one point, because I didn't know why I was dying. And I didn't know why I couldn't do anything to prevent my dying. But it is what it is. So this game is very, very interesting. I like the concept. I just wish there were a couple things that could be better executed. So if I had to give this game a score out of 10, at the current state that it's in, because it's in early access, because it's going to receive updates, because it's going to be, changed here and there, at the current state that it's in, I'm going to give this game a 5 out of 10. And that's very generous. But I like the concept. I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack really bumped up my score on the game. And I think that once more stuff is fixed and once more stuff is added, I think this has the potential to be a really relaxing time consuming game, like a game that you could sit down and play for hours at a time and just relax and play and waste time playing it. So that's what I think about this game. I hope that you guys enjoyed my little review on this game, and there is a link to the store page on Steam if you want to check the game out yourself. It's not too expensive, but yeah, I think it's a very, very cute little game. And like I said, once it gets updated, once things are added and things are fixed, I think that this game has the potential to be a really good survival sandbox game. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this, definitely hit that like button and comment down below. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye!